Chapter 2 Parallel Lines. Today we will just do introduction and activities to understand the basics of parallel line. You have learned this chapter in standard 8, so hope your basic is clear. If it is not, we will clear it now. What are the parallel lines? Line M and line N, which do not intersect each other in a plane, correct? In a plane, which are present in a plane, and they do not intersect each other even if you extend them. Such lines are called parallel lines. So line in a same plane. What do you mean by plane? Plane means a flat surface. Here quadrilateral which is drawn seems to be a plane surface. So lines in a same plane which do not intersect each other. See, they are not intersecting each other even if you extend them, are called parallel lines. In figure, line M, that is this line, parallel to line N, and you can show it by this arrow that line M is parallel to line N. What do you mean by transversal? When a line intersects two or more lines in a distinct points, then that line is called a transversal. Right? Here line L is intersecting line M and line N in two distinct points. These 2 points, first point and second point, right? So line L is intersecting line M and line N at these two distinct points. So line L is a transversal. You know these things. Now we will write the activity 1, the figure. Lines are parallel or not and names of the transversal. So let's start with the first one, the first figure. Line A and line B, yes, they are parallel. So yes, line A, we'll write line A is parallel to line B. And name of the transversal name is C. So line C is a transversal. Don't write C is a transversal. You have to write line C is a transversal. The second one, line P is parallel to line Q. Yes, definitely they seems to be parallel. So yes, they are parallel. Line P parallel to line Q. They have to write in the same manner. And line R is a transversal. See, these activity now you have to fill your own. The first one I have done for you. The remaining part you have to do for the practice. Remember, practice makes man perfect. Okay, the third one, line M and line N, but they are not parallel, correct? They are not parallel. So we will write line M is not parallel. Are you getting it? This symbol is of parallel, and when you cut it, it is not parallel. Not parallel to line N. But then too, line X is cutting these two lines, so it is called a transversal. So line X is a transversal. And the last one, ditto same. Line X and line Y, do you think they are parallel? No. So you have to write the same in the same way. And line Z is a transversal. So you have to complete this activity. You have to do these two sums which I have done and which I have not done, that too. In the ditto manner you have to write everything in the fair book. Now activity 2. Question. How many angles are formed? Explanatory figures and answers. Now we have to check how many angles are formed. When two lines intersect each other. See, when two lines intersect each other, first we will draw that thing. When two first line and the second line. Right? Here two lines are intersecting each other. You can give name if you want. It is not compulsory because they have not asked for. I have given name line L and M. We need to find how many angles are formed. See, how many angles are formed? 1, 2, 3 and 4. How many angles are formed? 4 angles are formed. So answer is 4 angles are formed. That's all. The second one, when two parallel lines intersected by transverse. Now we have two parallel lines, correct? Two parallel lines. Okay, so we'll draw two parallel lines, the first and the second. Two parallel lines intersected by a transversal. Now count how many angles are formed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So 8 angles are formed. The next, when 3 parallel lines are intersected by transversal. So what we will draw? 3 parallel lines and transversal. 3 parallel lines. The first one, the second one and the third one, and a transversal. But the lines are not lined without arrows, so arrows are compulsory. Now angle count, we'll count the angles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So how many angles are formed? 12 angles are formed. The next one, when 2 parallel lines are intersected by 2 transversal. Okay, so now we have 2 parallel lines. The first parallel line and the second parallel, right? The 2 parallel lines. And 2 transversal. The first transversal and this will assume as a second transversal. Lines are not lines without arrow. So let's count the number of angle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. So 16 angles are formed. The last one, when 2 non-parallel lines are intersected by transversal. Now 2 non-parallel lines. Non-parallel means definitely the 2 lines will intersect each other. Now 2 lines which are intersecting already and they both are intersected by transversal. So line A and line B be the intersecting line and line L be the transversal. Now count how many angles are formed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See, your 9th standard is all about logic. You have to understand the terms, you have to understand the meaning of it, and you have to find all possible answers. So here the answer is 12. Hope you understood activity 2. Next, relation between angles, that is the type of angle. We know type of angle, acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle and all, but no, we are not learning that angle. That angles were of 5th standard or something like that, okay, the lower grade. Relation between angles, type of angle, we will learn in this chapter. Related to this chapter, there are 3 type of angle: congruent angles, non-congruent angles and supplementary angles. There are more type as well, like complementary angles, co-terminal angle, etc., straight angles, etc. There are many different type of angle, but we will not talk about it because in your book you have only these 3 type of angles. That is relationship between the angles. Congruent angles. When can you say 2 angles are congruent? When can you say 2 angles are congruent? 2 angles will become congruent only when their measures are same. When 2 angles have same measures, the angles are called congruent angles. Example, angle A is of 50 degree. Angle B is also of 50 degree. Therefore, angle A and B both are of 50 degree. It means angle A is congruent to angle B. Non-congruent angle. What do you mean by non-congruent angle? Simple, when they are not equal measures. When they are not of equal measures. Angle A 50 degree. Angle C 40 degree. So angle A is not congruent to angle C because the measurements are not same. Supplementary angles. When sum of 2 angles add up to 180 degree. Sum means add up only. So when sum of 2 angle is 180 degree or 2 angles add up to 180 degree, they are said to be supplementary. Example, angle A equal to 80 degree and angle B equal to 100 degree. So angle A 80 and B 100. 80 plus 100 is 180 degree. So it means angle A and B are supplementary angles. Let's take one more example. Angle C equal to 70 degree and angle D equal to 80 degree. 70 degree plus 80 degree, that is angle C plus angle D. 70 plus 80 is 150 degree. So 150 degree, no, they are not supplementary angle, because supplementary angle should be 180 degree. But remember, supplementary angle should be sum of only two angles. Sum of only two angles, not more than that. If three angles are adding up to 180 degree, they are not said to be supplementary. So supplementary is a property only for two angles. When parallel lines are intersected by transversal, then the following types of angles are formed. Congruent angle and supplementary angle, even non-congruent angle, but we will not talk about non-congruent angle because you understand what is non-congruent. Now congruent angles, when parallel lines are intersected by transversal. Parallel lines intersected by transversal. The congruent angles are vertically opposite angle. Vertically opposite angle, already you know in standard 8th. Corresponding angle, same shaped angle 1 and 5, 2 and 6, 4 and 8, 3 and 7. Alternate angle, Z shaped angle 4 and 6, 3 and 5. Exterior alternate angle, see 4, 4 and 6 are alternate angle. So exterior will be its linear pair. So 1 and 7. See, because linear pair of 4 is 1 and linear pair of 6 is 7. So 1 and 7 are exterior alternate angle. Similarly, 3 and 5 are alternate angle. 3 and 5 are alternate angle. So their linear pair, 3's linear pair is 2 and 5's linear pair is 8. So 2 and 8 are exterior alternate angle. These all are congruent. Vertically opposite angles are congruent. Corresponding angles between parallel lines are congruent. Alternate angles between parallel lines are congruent, and exterior alternate angles between parallel lines are congruent. Next, linear pair. Now linear pair means the two angles which are on the same line but add up to 180 degree. That is supplementary. They are called linear pair. They form straight line like 1 and 2. See, these two angles form a straight line. Similarly, 2 and 3 also are two angles. 2 and 3, they form a straight line. So linear pair, they are supplementary, means they add up to 180 degree. And interior angle. Interior angle means C-shaped angle. C-shaped angle. C in any form of C. C or U or something like that. But it has to be between in parallel lines. Angle 4 and angle 5. See, this form a C. C. So angle 4 and angle 5 are called interior angles. Similarly, angle 3 and angle 6 are interior angles. So I can say angle 4 plus angle 5 equal to 180 degree. Angle 3 plus angle 6 equal to 180 degree. They are interior angles. By the same understanding, we have to fill this activity. Now, activity 3. Vertically opposite angle in this. So vertically opposite of 1 is 3 and 2 is 4. And we know line L and line M are parallel to each other. So vertically opposite angles are always congruent. So angle 1 congruent to angle 3. Angle 2 congruent to angle 4. Angle 5 congruent to angle 7. Right? And angle 6 is congruent to angle 8. Remember, whatever you are doing, do it very happily. If you are not doing it happily with interest, nothing will be useful to you. Okay, so first be happy and try to be receptive, try to understand. Let's continue. Corresponding angles. Corresponding angle means same shaped angle. Now what is which angle is the shape of angle 1? See, angle 1 is coming in down and going towards the left. Down and left. So same other angle, down and left, 5. Down and left, number 5. So 1 and 5. So corresponding angle, angle 1 and angle 5. And corresponding angles are congruent. So you should put the sign of congruent. Then second, 1 and 5. 4, it is from the left going down. From the left going down, correct? From the left it is going down. Same, from the left going down is 8. So 4 and 8. Angle 4 congruent to angle 8. Now 2 and 6. 2 and 6. Correct? 2 down and right. So 6 is also, see, down and right. So angle 2 and angle 6. Now angle 3, right, this towards the left and down, towards the left and down. Same, 7 is also towards the left and down, coming from the right, going towards the left and down, coming from the right, going towards the left and down. So 3 congruent to 7. So these are corresponding angle, and corresponding angles are congruent, yes, only when the lines are parallel. The next, alternate angle, right? Alternate angles are Z-shaped angle, Z, Z, Z. So angle 4 and angle 6, they will come under Z-shaped angle. So angle 4 is congruent to angle 6. Similarly, angle 3 is congruent to angle 5. 3 is congruent to angle 5. Angle 3 is congruent to angle 5. Now exterior alternate angle. Exterior alternate angle, I have explained you while explaining this. First you have to think of alternate angle and then its linear pair. Like 4 and 6 are alternate angle. What is the linear pair of 4? 1. And what is the linear pair of 6? 7. Right? So 1 and 7. 1 and 7. So exterior alternate angles are angle 1 and angle 7. But they are congruent, so we'll put congruent. Angle 1 and angle 7. Similarly, second alternate angles are angle 3 and angle 5. Angle 3 and angle 5. So 3's linear pair is 2 and 5's linear pair is 8. So 2 and 8. Angle 2 is congruent to angle 8. That's all. Hope you understood. Okay, now these are the congruent angle. Now linear pair, supplementary angles. So linear pair is very simple. Linear pair, see, line, they form a line, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So angle 1 plus angle 2, and linear pair are supplementary, means they add up to 180 degree. Now one has 2 also as a linear pair and one has a 4 also as a linear pair, this slant line. So I can write angle 1 plus angle 4 equal to 180 degree. Correct? Now we'll start with 2. 2 plus 1, already we have written 1 plus 2 or 2 plus 1, and 2 plus 3, that we have not written. So angle 2 plus angle 3 equal to 180 degree. Now 3 has 3 plus 2, 3 plus 2 already we have written, and 3 plus 4, 3 plus 4, that we have not written. So angle 3 plus angle 4 equal to 180 degree. Now angle 4, 4 plus 3 is 180 degree, they are linear pair. 4 plus 3 already written, and 4 plus 1 is 180 degree, that is also, yes, written here. So these are the pair of linear pair angles. The next, interior angles. Interior angles, very simple. Interior angles are supplementary and they are C-shaped angle. So C, when we draw a C, so who will come under C? 4 and 5, 4 and 5. So angle 4 plus angle 5 equal to 180 degree. Angle 3 plus angle 6. Angle 3 plus angle 6 equal to 180 degree. And that's all. Hope you understood this activity. Activity 3, very important activity. Activity 4. Remember these points. You have to by heart these all the points, all 9 points. And then you have to make audio or video, but without seeing, okay? No cheating, no cheating. Audio and video of these points. Video means when you are reciting, right now, when you are speaking this point, when you are reciting this point, and then your parents can make video, or just you can keep mobile in front of you and you can make video of yours, or you can make audio also, but please don't cheat. Don't cheat. Audio or video. I want that recitation, video or audio. Now what are the points? We know vertically opposite angles are always congruent. See, whether lines are parallel or not, vertically opposite angles are always congruent. Linear pairs are always supplementary. It means whether the lines are parallel or not, linear pairs are always supplementary. Now we are talking about theorem. There are 3 theorems related to parallel lines. The first one, If lines are parallel, in the same way you have to say, if lines are parallel, you can use then instead of comma. Then corresponding angles are congruent. If lines are parallel, corresponding angles are congruent. It is also known as corresponding angle theorem. Simple, because corresponding word is used. If lines are parallel, corresponding angles are congruent. Reason, corresponding angle theorem. Second, if lines are parallel, alternate angles are also congruent. Reason, alternate angle theorem. Fifth, if lines are parallel, interior angles are supplementary. Reason, interior angle theorem. Isn't it easy? So these three are theorems. Now here, lines will be given, they are parallel. You have to show corresponding angles are congruent, alternate angles are congruent, and interior angles are supplementary. Next test. Tests are nothing but the converse of theorem. Now position of if and then will change. Here if was there and here then supposed to be there. Then. Now here if will come and here then will come. If means if corresponding angles are congruent, then lines are parallel. Ditto, same, ditto. See, if corresponding angles are congruent, then lines are parallel. That is corresponding angle test. Now the word has been changed. From theorem it became test. Second, if alternate angles are congruent, then lines are parallel. Alternate angle test. If interior angles are supplementary, then lines are parallel. That is interior angle test. Just changing the position of if and then in theorem. We will get test. And the last is the combination of this all. When parallel lines are intersected by transversal, corresponding angles are congruent, which are C-shaped. Alternate angles are congruent. Sorry, corresponding angle are not C-shaped, same shaped angle. Alternate angles are congruent, Z-shaped. Exterior alternate angles are congruent, and only interior angles are supplementary, and interior angles are C-shaped. So hope you understood the activity 4. You have to prepare and send me honestly. Now hope you remember activity 3. Ditto activity 3, but not in one letter. Now angles will not be represented by one letter. We have to represent angle with 3 letters. Corresponding angle. Now corresponding angle means same shaped angle. See, down and left, down and left. So DHR angle, DHR. Corresponding angles are congruent, correct? Down and left. So down and left. So HGM angle, HGM. The second one, down and right. Down and right. So DHP angle, DHP. Congruent to angle down and right. Down and right. HGS. HGS. Next, towards right and down. Towards right and down. That is RHG. Same, towards right and down. Towards right and down. MGK. So RHG congruent to angle MGK. MGK. And the last one, towards left and down. Towards left and down. So PHG angle, PHG angle SGK. Okay, so these are the corresponding angle and they are congruent. Next, alternate angle also congruent. So again we will put congruent sign. But what is the shape of alternate angle? Z shape. Z shape in any form. Z or N shape. So first this Z and the second reverse Z. Right now, the first R. How we will draw Z? See, some people get often confused in this thing. So first how we will draw Z? First part will be this and the second part will be this. So these are the angles of Z. So RHG and HGS. I'll repeat. RHG and HGS. I'll draw it here. First part will be this. Second part will be on the other side. You need to repeat this part. So two angles. The first angle and the second angle. So let's start RHG. angle RHG congruent to angle HGS. HGS. Similarly, now reverse. One, right now one angle, and the second, this part will be repeated, second angle. So PHG and HGM. PHG and HGM. PHG congruent to HGM. That's all. Only two pairs of alternate angles. Now exterior alternate angles. We know alternate angles neighbor. Now these two were alternate angles. So the neighbor are DHR, DHR. Angle DHR congruent to, the alternate angle was HGS. So neighbor means linear pair. SGK, SGK, SGK. Next, DHP, DHP, correct? These were alternate in interior angle, alternate angle. So DHP, DHP, and here MGK, MGK. That's all. Next is vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite is so simple. Vertically opposite. So first this angle and this angle. The first name of this angle is DHR, and its vertically opposite is PHG. Angle DHR congruent to angle PHG. Angle DHP congruent to angle RHG. Angle DHP congruent to angle RHG. Angle MGH congruent to angle SGK. Angle MGH congruent to angle SGK. Angle HGS. Angle HGS congruent to angle MGK. MGK. That's all. Vertically opposite. Now linear pair. Linear pair. Okay. So first DHR and DHP, they are linear pair. So DHR plus angle DHP equal to 180 degrees. They are supplementary. Now DHR plus RHG, these two angles are also supplementary. DHR plus angle RHG is also 180 degree. Now these two angles are also supplementary. Angle RGH, angle RHG, RHG and GHP is 180 degree. And the fourth one, this two, DHP plus PHG equal to 180, right? So four angles and four pairs. We can make again four pairs with this four angles. Okay, so that you can write your own, otherwise ignore it. It's okay, they are same. Now interior angles. Interior angle means C-shaped angle. RHG angle RHG plus RHG. Now how C will form? C will form like this: one, second and third. Correct? So one angle, and this part will be repeated, second angle, first angle and second angle. So RHG and HGM. Angle RHG and HGM, but they are not congruent, they add up to 180 degrees. Similarly on the other side, PHG, PHG and HGS. First angle, second angle. So PHG and HGS equal to 180 degree. So this activity 5 I did activity 5 second part you have to do your own. I will send the answer of this in a group tomorrow evening. So by that time you have to complete this and send it to Sanjay sir. Hope you understood this too. This one I have done, this one you have to do. Both you have to do, okay? Next activity 6 and the last activity for today. Find the relation. The diagram is given. Find the relation between the angles, relation and effect. See, angle x and y. What type of relation they have? X and y. We'll assume that line A is parallel to line B, and similarly here also lines are parallel. Now first for this diagram, this figure. Angle x and angle y. Angle x and angle y, they are adjacent angle, they are linear pair. So what is the reason? Relation is linear pair. Linear pair and the effect. Linear pairs are supplementary. So you have to write angle x plus angle y equal to 180 degree. That's all. The second one. Angle O and angle W. Angle O and angle W. They falls under C-shaped figure, right? C-shaped. So they are interior angles. So we'll write interior angles. Interior angles. And interior angles are also supplementary. So angle O plus angle W equal to 180 degree. This is very important to recognize the relationship between two angles. Angle X and angle Z. Angle X and angle Z. Angle X and angle Z. What type of angle are these? Vertically opposite angles. So we'll write vertically opposite angles. And vertically opposite angles are congruent. So the effect or a conclusion is angle X is congruent to angle Z. OP, angle O and angle X. Angle O and angle X. O and X. They seems to be same shaped angle. Down and left. See O and X. So they are corresponding angle. Corresponding angles. And corresponding angles are also congruent because they are between parallel lines. So angle O congruent to angle X. The next Z and P. Z and P. Z and P. Z and P again they are interior angle, right? So interior angle. And what are the interior angles? Supplementary. So angle Z plus angle P equal to 180 degree. Angle Q and angle X. Angle Q and angle X. Q and X. See, they are exterior, outside in the exterior region. So they are exterior alternate angle. Exterior alternate angles. And exterior alternate angles are also congruent. So angle Q is congruent to angle X. W and R. Angle W and angle R. W and R. See, W angle right and down. R is also right side and down. So they are same shaped angles. So they are corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. Angle W congruent to angle R. Angle W and angle O. Angle W and angle O. W and O again interior angles. It has come before also O and W. So here the sequence has been changed. So again we will write interior angles. And they are supplementary. So angle W plus angle O equal to 180 degree. P and Q. P and Q, they form a straight line, correct? Adjacent angle forming straight line. So they are linear pair. So we will write linear pair. And linear pairs are supplementary. So angle P plus angle Q equal to 180 degree. Next, angle Y and angle P. Angle Y and angle P. Y and angle P. They are same shape, down and right. Wide. So they are corresponding angles. So corresponding. And corresponding angles are congruent. So angle Y is congruent to angle P. So whatever I have done with the left figure, the same thing you have to do with right figure now. These are the questions to which you have to find answer. Okay, all the best. Submit this activity sheet by tomorrow evening to Sanjay sir.